Hello, everyone, and welcome to this interview. I'm Dio Tavis, and I'm a marketing student at UC University. Today, I'm very excited to talk about how artificial intelligence is transforming the field of marketing and how professionals are adapting to these new changes. Today, also, I'm joined by Jorge Armando Guzman, who is currently co-founder and chief marketing officer at Boxcar. He has more than 4 years experience in digital marketing, info product and online education industry, media buying, and content strategy for short form formats in platforms such as Instagram and Facebook. He's known for making viral content across short form platforms, having almost 80 million views across all channels, and literally making their clients grow from 0 to 80,000 followers without spending in ads. So, without more to say, thank you for joining us today, Jorge. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Hi, Diego. Thank you for the invite to this interview. I'm truly happy of joining and being part of this. I think it's very important to teach others how this marketing journey has evolved during the past years. So yes, let's do it. I'm very happy to be here, and it's a shiny morning, so let's do it.
Okay, thank you. Well, to begin, I'd love to hear more about your professional journey. So, could you tell me a little bit about your background and how you started your career in marketing?
So my mom is very involved in the marketing aspect of business. So I received from a very young age all this influence by her side. But when I grew up, I was truly amazed by how brands, services, and products were sold, and how the marketing was one of the most important aspects of business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I admired how brands could trigger certain feelings in people, and how they made us have these desires to obtain things, right? So as I grew up, I knew that was my path. I knew that I wanted to understand customers, and I wanted to create attractive marketing. But something that has changed over the years is that the marketing I learned back in university was more of a traditional marketing as compared to the digital marketing
Mm-hmm.
we're living these days. So if I would choose 3 points of my personal background related to marketing, first is that I love to connect with the customers, with the audience. I think that's amazing. I think that's hard work to understand different avatars. I think when you understand buyer personas, you are like literally into the nooks and crannies of marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Second, I would say that I received influence from my mother, who is a marketer. So she certainly marked an important path in my life. And she was actually the first one to challenge me to learn Meta ads, Google ads, and even TikTok ads more recently. Um, and third, I would say that I think marketing has uncapped opportunities out there, right? I
Yeah.
think if you are a young man who is learning all the skills you need to learn, and you're constantly challenging yourself, you have literally untapped opportunities in the corporate world, in the entrepreneurial world. Um, Everyone needs marketing, so it's a skill that the demand is there. So you need to cover that demand. You need to be the guy that covers that demand, and you need to be the guy that is willing to understand buyer personas and give them their needs and desires, right? So yeah, I would
Mm-hmm.
say that 3 points.
That's nice. I really connect with your point of view and your history and background. And when you thought about your career, you want to study at first moment. Um, you told me about your mom inspire you, but what other aspect could you tell us that what motivated you to choose marketing as your professional path?
Okay, so I always wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Mhm.
So when I realized that, and I started learning about how business worked, um, I started understanding like the marketing funnel, right? The
Mhm.
purchase funnel, this concept that is very traditional, and you can see it literally anywhere. But you have the different points, right? Awareness, in first bit of funnel, then consideration, then conversion, and then loyalty.
Mhm.
And for me, learning end to end how a customer that didn't know we existed now knows that we exist, and goes through the funnel in which he starts connecting with our brand, connecting with our service, connecting with our product. And he then is not only interested, but is wanting to give us money for us to solve him a problem. And finally, he being loyal to our brand. I think that that entire process was something that literally enamored me of marketing, right?
Mhm.
Still, marketing has different paths. More recently, I've been more dedicated to top of funnel, which is like awareness. In Vox Corp, we've
Mm.
accumulated more than 80 million views organically throughout short form content platforms, which is great. But the thing is that you can complement that organic with media buying, which is something our agencies do as well. So
Mm.
but yeah, I would say that when I understood that the world was changing, when I understood that marketing was not the same and digital marketing was the way, when I understood that I could literally open Google and read books about digital marketing, I knew there was an opportunity. But more than that, I fell in love with the game, if that's right to say, right? I fell
Mhm.
in love with um, creating offers and making awareness of brands, So yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, that I think that is a traditional passion that as a marketers we could have during the
Exactly.
processes. About when you was like studying marketing, how has your career evolved over the years? How was the evolution of marketing?
Great. That's a great question, actually. My career has evolved in terms of, as I told you before, uh, many of the things I studied back in the day, my late years in school, and yeah, literally all my university career. Yeah, for starters, ChatGPT didn't exist when I was in the university,
Mm.
right? Um, so we were taught many concepts, right, that now are obsolete. They're old.
Yeah.
So one of the most important aspects of a marketer is that you need to be in constant learning. You need to be on constant capacitation. You need to be on constant seeing what's out there, right?
Mhm.
And embrace it. My journey on how I started learning all these aspects of marketing, specifically in terms of IA, for example, is to always being on the hunt for the next thing. We are living in a world where things are growing and advancing so fast that if
Mm.
you don't keep on track, you're gonna lose. So any marketing strategist, any content marketer, any media buying marketer needs, and hear me out, please, needs to learn AI, right? Um, so yeah, I would say one of the biggest changes in my path so far has been the AI implementation, the AI revolution
Mm.
in one side. And in the other side is that when I first started, um, it has been basically a journey, a path to understand my buyer personas, to understand processes and operations within marketing. It has been a challenge as well to get the results we're getting. We have experienced so many lessons, so much time invested, which hasn't been easy.
Mhm.
But when you start to really um, applying whatever you're learning, you're gonna see results.
Yeah.
But please don't get me wrong, like traditional concepts of marketing still applies to our world. That's like crucial, but now they are applied within a context of AI revolution,
Mm.
of digital transformation, of even buyer personas changing. Because I'm not gonna sell to a 60-year-old, right? To someone of 23 years old.
Mm.
They have different needs and different desires. So you
Yeah.
need to put out there whatever they're looking for, right?
Mhm. Yeah, completely agree. And you know that as a professionals, we have to deal with problems and big challenges during the process of studying. So, from your personal experience, what have been some of the biggest challenges or turning points in your professional journey?
Gotcha. Um, you see, I have a little story to tell right now. Um, Back in the day, when I was in my last year of school, I built this Facebook page from scratch.
Mm.
It was a sports Facebook page. Back in the day, this was like 2015. Facebook page was like a big thing.
Mhm.
Uh, so I built this page and grew it up organically to almost 20K followers, 20,000 followers.
Mhm.
Um, but after a year, I decided to cut the page. You see, so what has haunted me, and I've spoken several times of this experience, was that at that time when I was 15 or 16 year old, I didn't knew the power of social media. Okay, I didn't knew I could sell anything to this any of these 20,000 followers. For me, they were just a number. They were okay, great. I have 20,000 followers, but I never saw the opportunity of selling them something like make a poll and literally put in front of them what they were looking for.
Mm.
Uh, so years later, when Facebook pages aren't a thing anymore, as you may know, now we're living in, well, yeah, short form content creators. But since I didn't took action there, I am motivated to never ever lose an opportunity as that. And that's why I started my journey as a marketer in the past 4 years, at least in the info product industry, which is online education, which is online services, which is coaching services as well. Because I knew that um, back in the day, which meta ads was more cheaper, it was easier, the cost per customer, the cost per acquisition, and all these metrics were way cheaper compared to now. But now we have a great opportunity to get on that, right? So yeah, I
Mhm.
would say that biggest challenge has been learn from um, my past errors and apply them to my actual self.
Yeah, that's an interesting point of view, and your experience supports mm, constantly to do. Now talking about the relationship about marketing and AI. In what areas of marketing do you think AI is having the biggest impact here in marketing?
Gotcha. AI is transforming marketing most, I would say, in data analysis, creative production, and customer experience automation. So in data analysis and insights, back in the day, it was way more challenging and difficult. Now you can use ChatGPT Enterprise, Cryon, Jasper Brand Voice, and these help marketers, us as marketers,
Mhm.
understand audience intent, competitor movement, and even cultural trends in real time. Now, I make a lot of videos. We make literally thousands of videos per year. So in creative production, AI and image generators like Synthesia or Hagen are helping us massively to create more volume that we could possibly and humanly did before. And
Mhm.
finally, customer experience automations. You have like HubSpot AI, ManyChat, even Levity AI, which can automate entire parts of the funnel from segmentation, personalization, outreach, call outreach, etc., etc. So
Yeah.
yeah, as you can see, data analysis and volume of making things possible are the greatest challenges, the greatest changes that has positively affect marketing, right?
Yeah, and in base of that, can you share an example of how AI specifically has improved your work or your company's marketing processes?
Yes, sir. So I would say in two different ways, well, maybe three. First is that we are lead generators from our content. So our viral content leads to literally thousands, I would say even millions of leads created for our clients. So one of the most amazing ways that AI has helped us is that now we have several automations through
Mm.
ManyChat and through Zapier, which are software as a services that create conversation in like massive way, not as bots, but literally as AI agents. And they nurture our leads, they personalize our messages, they are based on tone, on urgency, on user intent. So we gather all this data and we understand all the people we are serving,
Mm.
regardless of which client is. So that's a great example, I would say. So ManyChat and Zapier flows. And second, and this one we're exploring still is Hagen. We've tried Hagen. So basically, Hagen is like clone AIs.
Mm.
So I think the future is going there. So we're starting to like clones our avatars, our clients, and see how they connect with the audience. So yeah, I would say those two. Yeah, ManyChat, Zapier, and Hagen are the three of AI.
Yeah, definitely is a useful tool. Now, the next question, I think that it's a little bit controversial for many professionals that are working in this area, but I would like to hear about your opinion. That do you believe that AI can replace human creativity in marketing? That is a possibility. That's a possibility that it would have.
You see, that's indeed a controversial question, but my answer is certainly a no. AI enhances creativity, but it cannot replace it. Tools like ChatGPT, like Runaway, like Midjourney, like Copilot can generate thousands of variations, but only a human, only someone that understands can actually emotionally connect with someone.
Hmm.
The AI is the brush, not the artist. It can suggest, it can remix, it can predict, yes, and that's amazing, but it cannot feel. The best work still depends on leaders who understand psychology, like neuromarketing, narrative tension, like you know how to storytell, and finally, the timing, which is very important, right? I think in
Hmm.
the end, when everything advances, AI won't eliminate marketers, but will, and hear me out, please, will eliminate marketers who don't know how to use AI. That's a more thing. So yeah, in short, no, it won't
Yeah.
replace marketing.
Yeah, I completely agree with your point of view. And tell us, from your personal experience with working with AI, what do you enjoy the most about working in the marketing field now with this new tool?
Which most I enjoy is to serve people in one side, see my clients happy, and actually see how we can transform businesses through marketing. So I work with many people that are experts in their field. They're great psychologists, great coaches, great even CEOs, but they don't know the fundamentals of digital marketing. So
Mm,
for me, as an agency, to see we are getting results, to see we're getting millions of views, to see we're getting millions of leads, to see where our funnel works and through different types of conversions, it's great. I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing results. I enjoy them being happy. I enjoy planning and then executing the plans and see that what we're thinking is actually what happened,
mm,
and that's the biggest part of the marketing, right? And the marketing is very connected to sales, so they work in hand. So yeah, I would say that seeing my clients happy is what makes me happy in terms of business.
yeah, that's awesome, my friend. And what advice, what this is the last question, and the most important question, I think, for our listeners. What advice would you give to the marketing student who want to build a successful career in this new technology-driven environment?
Okay, that's a good one. I would tell them learn AI, like be AI native. Um, like most marketing curriculums, I'd say, are behind the tools that are shaping the world in the real world,
Mm,
where that's where I'm in. So master the AI stack yourself. Like be a pro in ChatGPT, be a pro in Perplexity, be a pro in Claude. Now, if you're in content, be a pro in Canva Magic Studio, be a pro in Synthesia, be a pro in Zapier if for automations, be a pro in Notion, which is great, right? And even like the entire media buying, which is also a branch of our agency, is like now please Google Meta Andromeda and seeing all these stack of things that Mark Zuckerberg is doing with Meta,
mm,
right? So in one, I'd say just very briefly, so learn AI. Um, and while everyone's obsessing over prompts and automations, I would say double down on what AI can't replace and won't replace in you, which is empathy with buyer persona, which is storytelling, learn how to tell stories,
mm.
cultural intuition, understand who you're serving to, and leadership. I think those four things, if you apply them to the real world, you're gonna get results. Um, the future belongs to marketers who can translate human emotions into digital relevance, and that's I think one nugget of wisdom I can tell you for this
Yeah,
interview.
that is a tremendous advice. I think that also the keys now in this area is the marketing tools. So it's important for us as marketers to learn more about this new
100%.
world. So that was all. Thank you so much, Jorge, for sharing your insights and experiences with us today. Honestly, it's been really inspiring for me and for all listeners to learn more about your career journey and how AI is transforming the marketing world. I also wanna thank everyone who's listening or watching this interview. I really hope you found it useful and motivating, especially if you're interested in building a future career in marketing. Once again, thank you for your time, and I wish you continued success in all your projects.